So I did also want to show you guys this because it's awesome, but a nice little fleet battle between two identical TSS fleets. We've got one with two Banderas, about 4 or 5 different Fredericksburgs on either side, and a ton of fighters. If we zoom in here, we've got 6 microfighters that came with the Fredericksburg because you can just store them anywhere on there. You've got another 6 with the other one. You've got 6 Condors in the middle. And then with this rear one, we've got another 6 Condors back here, if you look, that will come in later into the fight, just as a late deploy. Now, it is an awesome thing to see. And without further ado, I'm going to start the battle. Now, as you can see, we've got our main frigates getting ready to fight, and we've got our knife fighting little fighters going in first. Got rockets all over the place, Condors fighting, just massive artillery shells everywhere. And what makes this just so interesting to me is that you can initiate combat without the need of additional players, because that is the bane of the existence of this game, is just having additional players. But like I said, it is an amazing thing to have just so many different ships just in combat, all fighting, trying to win. Because you got all these fighters here, got all these artillery shells firing. And this is what I was saying about the Fredericksburg being tough, is you can see how many shots it's taking, and it's got the heavy armor on it. Now, the reason it's breaking apart right now is simply the volume of fire from 5 different ships. Now, just turning on signals, we got red team and blue team, pretty much space pirates versus standard. And I don't know which one is which right here, but regardless, this thing is just broken apart 3 times, just volume of fire annihilating it. We've also got this space pirate one that is going to be getting annihilated by a Bandera and the whole fleet here. And as you can see, it's almost ripped in half already. Now, the way that the frigates and the Bandera fight is based on the Bandera's AI. I may upgrade the Fredericksburg AI just to enable it, but regardless, as you can see, there is just tons of volume of fire. And for what it's worth, the Fredericksburg corvettes can take a beating. It's just the sheer amount of fire. Like, that one's going down. This Bandera's taking brutal hits. Just absolutely brutal hits here. But it's still managing to fight. It's still trying to get those shots off. But even then, when you're fighting a whole fleet of TSS, it becomes obscene to try to win that. And another fun thing is just the microfighters. They impress me with only 2 little fuel tanks. If you're losing them anyway and you arm them, they are an absolute menace to the enemy. They will just knock them out so many times. Now we do have another Bandera over there, but overall, just seeing these in combat is amazing. Now, I don't know if we still have any dogfights going on by this point. I'm pretty sure that they're all ended. No, we do have this dogfight right here. They are struggling to try to drift away. You've got this Condor just trying to survive, but it's taking hits from another Condor. I just have this save where it's just an instant fleet fight. And you can see the amount of debris already. That's why the Condors come standard with just some cleaning options. We do see that they're not always active, but it's still a whole hell of a lot better than not having it. It also allows you to kamikaze the Condors if you just arm the warheads manually and drive it into an enemy ship. I mean, that's 2 warheads, man. But yeah, as you can see, this Fredericksburg is not having a good time. It is trying to go after a Bandera, but it is getting ripped apart by the rest of the fleet. And this Bandera here, it's trying. It is trying. It's got all the armor to tank everything, but it doesn't have a repair crew on board to help keep some of these thrusters online. So it is struggling. And we're seeing Bandera on Bandera here. And it is amazing to see, especially if you throw in a couple extra fighters. It is just an amazing thing to see. And we've got this Corvette down here, and what's even cooler is if you put everything over a planet, you'll see which ones actually fall out and die, and which ones are actually still fighting. But this debris field is just dangerous to anyone who goes near it. This is if you end up somehow going into fleet-on-fleet combat here. But these two are just slugging it out. And I've honestly come to the conclusion that the Fredericksburg's good against AI, but if you're going against players, like if you don't have a Bandera, you're fucked. Because these Banderas, they are bulky, strong, and able to really deal the damage you need. But that's just my opinion, because like I said, they have external magazines. Those magazines will not explode in the same way that a cargo container will. So that's something as well. But like I said, these Banderas will fight and fight and fight. All these ships will keep fighting with as much ammo as they are having on board. And they just won't quit, like ever. Now if we look down here, we've got a Bandera engaging another Corvette. They're just slugging it out, but the Bandera is likely to win that engagement, but the Fredericksburg is still trying. And we've got another Bandera far, far away over here, and he's just drifting. He is out of the fight completely. So blue team still has two Banderas. What you're seeing is just destruction by the red team. The blue team got enough heavy hits in that it's just... And I think the blue team little Bandera here is knocked out of the fight, but regardless, it is still putting up some firepower here. Not nearly enough to probably take this Fredericksburg out, but it is definitely enough to keep fighting. Because this Fredericksburg is just losing parts everywhere. Now, if we were to try to find our other little Bandera here, it is taking fire from a Fredericksburg now. I think it's just deleted from existence now, because I don't have it anywhere. Actually, I believe that's it. That is the other Bandera. That Bandera is still firing. Believe it or not, it is still opening fire on anything and everything it sees. But it's out of the fight. Whereas you got this Bandera here taking on another Fredericksburg. They're just still fighting. This is a decisive win by, or not decisive, it's Pyrrhic, but it is definitely a win by blue team. They've got Corvettes still in the fight. Like, that one's not in the fight anymore, but still. Got the Bandera over pretty much anything else that's still alive. And we've got a little bit of dogfighting still here. That slam fighter's being attacked. But overall, it is definitely Pyrrhic because, again, it's evenly matched and they're decent ships. But this Fredericksburg is just dead. It's dead in the water. Like, you can't recover that. And this Bandera here, it doesn't presently have forward thrust, but that would be so easy to repair, I believe. Yeah, it does have a hangar breach. Doesn't have right side thrust either, but you could still take that home somehow. So it actually might just be a tie. I think it's a tie overall. Because it's just, these guys just slugged it out so much. There's so much destructive potential, like, in the ability to keep fighting even when they're destroyed. It's just, it's impressive. And this Bandera over here is just nuked. Like, it has no side thrusters almost, like just 3 bottom. But I do hope you guys liked watching this. This is a definite Pyrrhic blue victory, because I definitely think that if you just had a repair crew on this one, you could just weld everything up. And that is like the last standing Corvette right there. Actually, do we have this one? This one is nearly dead. It is nearly dead. And it does have a thruster in the back, but even then. Yeah, they have both Banderas still in vicinity of what they were fighting for. And those Banderas will protect it long enough for reinforcements to show up. So I definitely think this is a blue team victory over red. I'm gonna call it right here, blue team Pyrrhic victory. I hope you guys liked watching, but like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Comment and let me know if this is the kind of content you like seeing. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day.